Yo, yo, yo. It's Nick from Blacksmith Bodybuilding. Finally, finally recording episode 1 of The Forge. Sorry for the wait. Like a little tune said, sorry for the wait. Um, I know this audio is garbage. I've been trying and trying and trying to figure this thing out. I got the Blue Yeti here. Uh, Took me long enough to figure out OBS, plug it in, try it out. I can't figure this stuff out. I'm totally retarded with this stuff. Look. I'm a meathead, okay? I pick stuff up and I put muscle on, okay. This stuff, I'm total retard with this stuff. So please bear with me. Uh, as it rolls, as we get going, I'm sure I'll get better and better and better. It's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Um, but here we are. Here we are. Um, I just want to kind of go over first what the Forge is, what Blacksmith is, my vision uh, for Blacksmith, my vision for for the Forge, and um, what you guys can hopefully expect from the future. I'm super pumped for this. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and there's just always an excuse to put it off or to wait. Um, I have a 1 year old sleeping upstairs and my 3 year old in the living room, who promised me he would keep quiet. See how long that lasts. Um, but I had to do it. So, um, pardon the dust. We're gonna work through it. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Now, having said that, welcome to the Forge, my friends, where we forge physiques from iron. Um, I'm Nick from Blacksmith Bodybuilding. And just a quick overview of me and the brand. I've been in the gym training for over 11 years now. Blacksmith, I came up with that maybe 6 years ago. Really, at this point, about 6 years ago. And to me, it's a mentality in the gym. It's how I approach the craft of bodybuilding, of working out. Um, to me, a blacksmith is rugged, is hard, is tough, uh, unforgiving, right, relentless. Um, and that's how I work out. That's how I've trained for almost those entire 11 years. Um, it really has just been an upward trajectory of intensity of hard training. So that that's the idea of blacksmith. That's where I got that phrasing from, and I kind of took it and run with it. So blacksmith bodybuilding has been in the oven for many years. Always love with it because I've had many different ideas and toyed with other branding stuff, but blacksmith to me, it was an identity that just stuck with me. So I'm happy to really see it evolve into uh, a real vision that really started as a seed and is really starting to hopefully bear fruit. Well, this is the fruit that's going to be bearing. So, really fun for me to watch because it was a concept 5-6 years ago that's really starting to find its form. But it's me. It's the mentality that I've trained with for forever. Um, the blacksmith is a high intensity, no nonsense type of bodybuilding brand. Um, that's not to say that I don't have fun. I do have fun. You can ask the guys I train with. Who's the one messing around in between sets. Um, but as far as this part of Blacksmith, the Forge podcast, what I want this to be is an extension of my training, uh, my my the zeitgeist of the gym. Okay, so it's like when I'm in the gym, you're in a certain frame of mind. It's during your set, it's super high intensity, but in between sets, I like to mess around. I talk to people. Um, I'm in a relatively small town, so everyone at the gym knows me. It's that weirdo who goes crazy during a set, who screams and throws up and stuff. So everyone knows me, so I got to talk to everybody. And I like to joke around and mess around with people. Occasionally, have to ask random people to film a set. Um, so I like to mess around. So I want this to be an extension of that. So to me it's gotta incorporate everything about my training session, which is education. I'm constantly learning in the gym, or I'm helping other people learn in the gym. But it's also got to be fun. I want this to be something that's fun. Um, if my my one buddy who I train with, Justin, he's he's a little upset with me because I could just look at a dumbbell and my biceps grow. So, when he's training his arms, I'll show him photos of a big bicep. It just happens to be mine. So, he loves it. He truly, truly loves that I share my inspiration with him. That is the next. But the Forge, I don't want it to strictly be an educational thing. I'm sure we'll offer strictly educational stuff like my bodybuilding fundamentals course, which is straight, 4 hours of dedicated educational content. I will be producing more of that on supplements, on different training styles, on other kinds of supplements, if there's interest in it. So, but this, I do want there to be a big element of fun. The gym is like a second home and a playground to me. So I want this space. I want the Forge to be where the dudes can just kind of come and you know talk shop. Talk shop. That's what I have in mind for this space. Um, and I think that I know I need something like that. I need an outlet for that. So I'm assuming other people will too. I think it'll be good for everybody to have a pretty fun outlet like this, where the like-minded guys can kind of talk about their training session, and on top of it, all the other maybe more esoteric stuff that we find interesting, that's incorporated with the gym and fitness in general. Um, so that's kind of where I'm going to be taking this, taking the Forge. As far as Blacksmith Bodybuilding, I have been super blessed to have come in contact with a couple amazing guys, several just absolutely amazing guys. No way can I ever say I would have done this by myself. This is not something that I've done myself, because guys like Raw Egg Nationalist, Herculean Strength, um, my web developer, uh, Brandon, and then Mirumi with my logos. I mean, unbelievably generous, um, kind. Just they've done so much for me, and I'm eternally grateful. Um, so my website will be launching very soon. Um, Now on the website, there's going to be personal training options. So a one-on-one personal training. That's going to be weekly check-ins. If need, before we start, there'll be a call between us so I can understand your goals, your circumstances, limitations, either dietary or physical. So I can construct a perfectly tailored program for you. But I've also been working on for the last like 2 months something really, really Awesome. I think it's super cool. I'm gonna release more info on that as the website finishes development and I finish up wrapping up the loose ends on it. But um, I think it's a new way to approach uh, training, personal training, that's going to be much more accessible and affordable. Um, so I think a lot of people are really going to benefit from this, and it's again, this is something that's been in my head for years, almost 3 years now, how to make personal training perhaps a little less personal, but more accessible, so cheaper and um, you know a little bit more generalized, right? Because it's personal training without the personalization, kind of is how I have it in my head. But um, more on that to come. Just really excited. Something really cool. I think that I've come up with a pretty good system that I can offer you as personalized training as possible at the best price possible. So it's something that I'm really psyched about. Really cool. That will be coming soon. The bodybuilding merch store is up right now. You can go to shop.blacksmithbodybuilding.com and get your blacksmith merch right now, which is pretty dope. Um, I got really more designs being worked up right now. I just wanted to get something up there that B took care of me right away, just to get something up and running. It looks so cool. So I'm super psyched about that. But a lot of really cool stuff uh, coming up with Blacksmith. Outside of that, obviously, the podcast is, I think, as long as I can find a good time to consistently record, which I'm gonna really strive to be doing. Should be at the minimum every other week, but I'm gonna try to hit every week. If these are I'm gonna be shooting for anywhere from 30 to 60-minute episodes. I like longer form content. You can listen in your car, um, while you're on the toilet, wherever. So that's how I do myself. I'm like super autistic. Have my phone and YouTube open all day. My wife hates it. Um, hey, deal with it. um, so unfortunately for the first episode, this is all I really have planned. Just an introduction to Blacksmith, to the Forge, what the future looks like. It is. Um, Outside of that, I did put out a tweet a while ago asking for questions, and I just want to go through those right now. So my man Southern Artist, who I love his art. It is awesome. I do enjoy the anime style. You're the man, bro. Okay, he says talk about your struggles of bodybuilding. Um, Bodybuilding is nothing if not a struggle. Um, Bodybuilding has been it's a daily grind, right? That's what I'd say one of the if I had to pinpoint one struggle in particular that I had to deal with is when I first started out, having to remember that it's a marathon and not a sprint. I was extremely lucky. I had the right people guiding me at the time when I needed them the most, which was when I first started out. I wanted to dive head first, both feet in, go all the way, and potentially really hurt myself, um, and really, really destroy my body if I didn't have these people to pull me back, and really ground me and build in me a solid foundation, which is why I really wanted to put out that bodybuilding fundamentals course. I was lucky enough to have those people. I didn't make a lot of those mistakes I wanted to make, but I wanted to sprint and take everything under the sun and grow as fast as I could. And I had these people who put the reins on me real hard, real fast, and thank God I had them. Really, really lucky to have them. So I'd say the biggest struggle in bodybuilding is patience. is patience. You're not going to grow 20-inch arms in a month, a year, or even 5 years. It's taken me 11 years. Just recently on Twitter, I posted a photo of me when I first started in the gym, and I'm not joking. My bicep was the same width as my wrist. It takes time. Um, and that's a struggle that a lot that's an issue a lot of people struggle with, and the people that give into the temptation of the instant gratification are the guys who don't live very long, are the guys who get burnt out. I've seen it. I've seen the guys get burnt out. Guys who could have had a decent career, maybe not professionally, but just a career in so much that they compete and they have fun. They could have had a good run at it, even as just as a hobby, but they didn't pace themselves. Um, Now they're out of shape. They don't go to the gym anymore. They had an injury or kidney failure. So just when you're dealing with the struggle of not being where someone else is, just take your time. It's not worth it. So that's, I think, one of the biggest struggles that a lot of guys face. But just keep that in mind. Uh, Chiga asks, have you stuck with a consistent program over the years, or have you mixed it up? What programs or program would you recommend? Cheers, brother. Um, no, I mixed it up. I've mixed. I mean, over 11 years, I've tried it all. Um, I would say if you're depending on where you're at in your journey, for most people, a PPL split is good enough. If you can get to the gym 5 times a week at least, the PPL split's perfect. That's all you need. It's going to give you the frequency you need to really hit everything, all the muscle groups twice every 8 or 9 days. So I mean that's about as good as you're going to get for frequency. Now just doing a straight bro split or pro split, depending on who you talk to, um, it's going to take almost 12 days or 13 days, I forget, to hit everything twice. So when you're starting out, frequency is going to kind of be king as far as building a base of muscle, building a foundation, a foundational physique. So I would say PPL splits is going to probably be best when you're first starting out. When you need to go through and fix your physique, grow your physique with more of a scalpel, then you can start doing isolation work. But I mean, look, it's fun to do isolation work. It's hard to do PPL. If you do PPL right and properly, it's hard. I mean, they're hard workouts. You should be gassed by the end of a good PPL day or split. But I'd recommend PPL for just starting out. I grew pretty big on PPL. Random Gamer says you're awesome. You the man. Thank you, bro. Um, Warren Kai K says, how long did it take before you began to see actual physical results from lifting? For me, again, if you go back to look at that photo I posted when I first started going to the gym, for me it was instant. I was so malnourished. I put on, honest to God, like 30 pounds in like 6 or 7 weeks. But that's because I was so so malnourished. Ethiopian check. Yeah, for me it was instant, but hitting plateaus and then getting over those plateaus. I had a plateau at 165, at 185, and just getting over 200. Those were my steps. And those took a while. Those took a while to get over 185. I actually did go mad. actually, honest to God, to go mad, I reeked. My body stunk disgusting. The poor girl I was dating at the time, I remember. I remember my car stunk. It stunk, but I wasn't giving it up. She could have hit the road for all I cared. I wanted to grow, and we didn't last. uh, yeah, I mean, though that those plateaus took a while. Go Mad worked. Hey, I got shot over my plateau, but uh, Angst says, "What is your favorite exercise for each body part? Uh, do you do periodization for bodybuilding, or is it always the same rep range with constant progressive overload?" Thank you for the question. Um, my favorite back exercise is bent over rows. Chest is incline, either Smith or dumbbell or barbell. Incline. That's all I really do is incline. Um, Biceps is actually the single arm cable curl. I feel that the best. I could only do that for biceps and I would be good. Tricep is skull crusher. Legs would be, if it's a good hack squat, hack. Otherwise, just a regular squat. Um, am I missing anything? Chest, back, shoulders, military or Smith machine press, hands down. I love that. I think that's um more recently, within the last 2 to 3 years, um, where I'm really starting to grow denser muscle. Um, I really stuck with the rep ranges for hypertrophy in the my heavy set of 5 to 8 reps and my back off set of 10 to 15 reps, and that's what I've stuck with for the last few years, and it's just worked wonders for me. I mean, I can't really go back outside of like a deload week or something. I can't go back to training any other way. It's worked so efficiently for me. The only thing is you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with the weight and and what you're able to do. But I've stuck with it. I mean, it's too good. It's too good. Uh, Not Rob. How to get a neck that big, bruh? I don't train neck. I honestly think it's from like heavy deadlifts, heavy rows, just keeping your neck up and rowing and pulling. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't train neck. I don't train rear delts. They just grow. My rear delts really grew with heavy bent over rows. I mean, at one point, my lower back, when I'd really push and test my lower back, I was rowing 405, 385 for reps, and 405 for that really low rep range of like 3 to 5. Um, but that's how I grew my upper back, was those heavy rows, and even the T-bar, even T-bar row. I think my neck just grows with heavy rows, which have always had a really strong back. So, I think that's how my neck grows. I'm sorry, bro. I don't have a secret trick for you. But big necks are dope. So, good luck on your neck growing journey, bro. Uh, Joseph, I do reverse curls for forearms. Anything else I should be doing? Um, yeah, I mean there are like wrist curls. You could do wrist curls with a big barbell. That helps. Um, Again, something else. Now I will say with my forearms, which are pretty big, the reason that they're big is a bad reason, and that's because my mind to muscle connection on my bicep just sucks. And so I will do on like a single arm preacher curl, I will do a 65 or 70 pound dumbbell, which is my heavy set. Um, and I'll get that for about 7 to 8 reps. But I really feel like it's all a lot of it's coming from my forearm. So I think that my forearms are growing for a bad reason. and that's because my biceps aren't growing because I'm not targeting my biceps as well. That's why I like to do the single arm cable curl, because I can really connect with that a lot better for just my bicep. But yeah, forearms for me again is just something that just grows. Again, I think genetically I do have good arms that just grow, but I think my forearms are even bigger because I just suck at doing biceps. But for you to grow your forearms, reverse curls are great for your brachialis, but those wrist curls are really good. So I would always do wrist curls. I'd lean on the end of a bench, get a barbell, and just curl it up like this, and then reverse it like that as well. That really helps. Um, deleted. Oh no, unable to view. Advice for someone going into their first competition. Man of Dust. Listen to your coach. That's really the only advice I can give you. Not being your coach is listen to your coach. Do everything that they say unless it's drug related and you're a little, leery about it. Question that. But outside of that, listen to your coach. Go on autopilot and listen to everything he says. That's really the best advice I can give you is listen to your coach. Uh, where was where was um hmm, and Rick Hellwalker had a question on here, and I don't know what happened to it. Mr. Vacuum himself, Rick Hellwalker. I don't know where your question went, bro. But the only thing I want to say to you, Mr. Aesthetic, is that I was practicing vacuums in the shower a little while ago, and I sucked my nut up into my stomach, and I thought it was gone, bro. I thought my nut was gone. Um, so just props to you for the amazing vacuums, dude. I'm too fat. I am too gross to be doing vacuum. You are a king. Salute, my friend. Um, but I don't know where your question went, bro. I think that was it for questions. Yep, that was it. So, Man of Dust, good luck on your show, my dude. Please keep me posted because I love anyone who's going into who's gonna look at step on stage. It's awesome. It was such a fun experience. It was so cool. Compete in just about anything. If you want to do, I competed in powerlifting and bodybuilding. The honestly, in bodybuilding, the only douchebags that I ever encountered was the men's physique guys. Not the bodybuilders were awesome. Everyone's so supportive. I still have people I talk to that I met at that show. So cool. Um, but compete, test it. Just have fun with it. I, I think getting on stage is one of the best things anyone who's serious about lifting can do. It's such a fun experience. Go in with set your expectations appropriate. I mean, I had this one buddy who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be Mr. Olympia. I'm gonna be Mr. Olympia." I'm like, "Bro, get on stage for the first time first. Like, just enjoy, have fun. Don't." Um, that's the only thing I would say is have decent expectations. Listen to your coach. Um, but have fun. Man, was it fun? Practice your posing. That's another thing. Listen to your coach and practice posing. Um, that's huge, 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 huge. Practice posing. And listen to your coach, and you're gonna do great. You'll do great, man. You'll have a blast. Good luck, my dude. Good luck. And to the rest of you, hope you have a wonderful week and a great week of lifting. I want everyone to get strong, to get huge, to get shredded, whatever your goals are. I wish you the best. God bless you all, my friends. Have a wonderful week. Love you.